Welcome back. So you see over Dublin right now, there's a good amount of cloud cover. Not so much for those of us in Macon and Forsyth right now. It is slowly creeping further north. I do expect a relatively cloudy night overnight tonight. Radar, nothing to track. But let's go ahead and zoom on out and take a peek at some of this cloud cover that's moving in. So as mentioned, it's kind of coming up from the southeast for those counties, but plenty of it coming from the west, as that is where the system itself that will bring us the rain is coming from currently. That is over the northern parts of the Gulf of Mexico. So continuing through this evening, we'll spend most of it in the 70s. Should be another decent night. It is going to be a little muggier than last night, a little warmer than last night. 68, that's a round average for this time of year. We got down to 64 to begin our Wednesday in Macon, and winds will still be a little gusty, about 17 or so miles per hour for the strongest ones during the overnight hours. Our warmest spots will be in the low 70s, but the vast majority of the region will be in the upper 60s. Speaking of the Gulf and the tropics, there's still a lot to talk about here. Don't need to worry about this spot in the Gulf. It could develop, but looks like it's going to probably end up heading into Mexico. We've got a spot off the mid-Atlantic coast. Don't need to worry about that. It'll continue northeast. So it's these two spots that we're seeing in the Atlantic basin. The first one is just to the east of the Windward Islands, and that one would be the main one to watch right now for us here in middle Georgia. Again, all these under 40% chance of development in the next 7 days, but odds are one of these two in the Atlantic basin is going to end up breaking through and developing. Hopefully they both don't. I'd love to see that neither of them develop, but odds are one of the two will. So as we continue to roll into the later parts of this week, you're going to actually end up seeing some low pressure that develops over the Gulf Coast, just to our southwest. And that will creep along the coastline as we head into Friday. You see where my hand is marked up in southeast Georgia? That is probably where that low will be as we head into tomorrow afternoon. It's not going to be still tracking off to the west here. If that happens, the first half of our Saturday will also be rainy, but recent trends seem to indicate this rain kind of getting out of here as we get into Saturday afternoon, with the cloud cover trying to work its way out Saturday evening, leading to some pretty good conditions on Sunday. So let's see what this model shows. It does line up a little more with the timing I just illustrated versus what I showed you. What you're seeing is a lot of clouds move in tonight, a couple of showers possible as we begin tomorrow. You may want the rain gear out the door, as you know, pretty spotty throughout most of the day, but becoming a little more numerous as we get into those supper time hours. Notice the breezes still remaining pretty persistent as we roll forward, and these, of course, are the wind gusts heading into Friday morning around 15 miles per hour, but getting to the afternoon and the evening, they're going to start pushing into that 25 to 30 mile per hour range, right? This is we head into high school football, first Friday, so I'm not expecting severe weather, but the wind will be pretty persistent, could make for some dangerous driving conditions and for some messy football gameplay. 83 for the high tomorrow, mostly cloudy for the skies. We'll check out your extended forecast in 10 seconds. Your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast is brought to you by Volume Chevrolet. So I have some mostly cloudy for tomorrow, but that could easily go to overcast. It won't be less than that, though. Friday, that's pretty much a washout almost. Definitely not looking great over the later parts of the day. High 69, that's for the afternoon. The overall high for the 24-hour period will probably be around 78. It'll be right after midnight tomorrow night. But after this system is done, starting on Sunday, check out those conditions. It will be less humid, and it's going to feel like fall.